Well, hi everyone. Well, I want to share some weather. Okay. Oh, weather or not, right. At the same time, I'm going to be adding in um, some reports. Let's say, Watchman warning. First of all, let's just say we know that I am not a political person. I don't want to be a political person. I just know that what we're watching is an absolute circus, and either way, it's a mess, okay? First time in history I've ever seen this, and I'm old as dirt. So, amongst all this, the Lord has been sending warnings everywhere. We're seeing devastation, floods, snow in Saudi Arabia, flooding Spain, and there's reasons for this. It's like, they're turning on Israel. Okay, well, something huge is about to happen. Oh, and I'm only laughing out of nervousness, not because it's funny at all. Um, with what's going on in our political spectrum, love the fact that it's 77 degrees. All right, flight 77 ready for takeoff. So let me do some interactive map while I discuss the rest here, because how this happened was, and I know after the live last night, hope you all turned your clocks back and got that extra hour sleep. Well, the girls and I were ready to go, and it was crazy how the temperature jumped up 10 degrees, but it was pretty humid. And so sitting out there for 5 minutes, it started raining. I'm like, okay, this was not in the forecast or predicted at all. All right, so we came in the house and played and went to bed. And as soon as I turned on the phone to listen to something, it showed that there was storms everywhere and weather chaos, and mostly over in the Missouri, Louisiana, um, Alabama, that part of the country, and a little bit of East Texas and Oklahoma. All right, so they were spotting all this, and this was going on for quite a while, actually, and a few touchdowns. And of course, I'm sure the news didn't say anything about it. I wasn't watching. So then, a little while ago, I woke up. It was a beautiful day, kind of, sort of, and really felt like maybe I could get some things done until all of a sudden, the neck pain and the pressure started changing. We had one hellacious thunderstorm. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so odd. Um, at the same time, and it's like pitch black at 5 o'clock right now, or 5:12. Yeah, close enough. Okay, so now I'm seeing that as I'm scrolling through YouTube, I'm seeing all these storm chasers out there, and they pretty much left the Texas area, because the ones over in West Texas, as you can see here, just northwest of me, never did form uh, into a complete funnel cloud, touchdown, or anything like that. And it kind of like we have a cap over the Metroplex. They call it the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So when the storms seem to get close to us, they either break up or something like that. And or in this case today, they went north, and Oklahoma's getting like beat up right now. So let me show you a little bit of this first, and I'll get back into the other stuff. That's pretty important. All right, so we see here the blue dot, and I'll show you how this moves, but we can see just north of me here, north of the Red River, lies Oklahoma. And my goodness, this goes all the way up, and of course, all the way across. So this has been a mess, all right? Okay. So if I put it in motion, you'll see that the storm already came through here, and this already goes into the AM, so not 5 o'clock in the morning. This is where is going to end up. It looks like we've got another round coming through here for us. But at the same time, the storm chasers are out right now in Oklahoma, just north of the border actually, and they're talking. There's all kinds of tornadoes on the ground and putting out warnings to take cover immediately, if not sooner. So I guess I would heed the warning for anybody that's in this area. All right. So saying all that, you know, God is shaking, quaking, and waking, right? Everybody, and the whole world with everything that's happening, and there's judgments. Found out why um, Spain is flooding and why. It's all about Israel. God says whoever turns on Israel or is not for her is, in trouble with him. So many, as we know, are coming against Israel. And we also know that Iran has already threatened Israel with nuclear, and this time she wants to come back harder. But what she's doing is actually, Iran, is she's waiting for the elections. If we watch New News, which I put the video up in the community today, you'll hear that he's thinking the same thing as far as, what they're going to do and who gets voted in, because one will be for Israel and the other won't be. But I'm sitting here thinking, I'm feeling very unsettled about this because I had heard some other things and I didn't know for sure, and I had to factualize things. So, what I asked Google was, did President Trump, or he's not president, but did he say that if he became president, that he was going to get rid of the IDF? And, well, Google sent me to many other areas instead of, but the point is that it was said from Trump to Israel, or to Netanyahu specifically, that he wanted this war done before he came into office. Oh my goodness. All right. So he wants this war finished. If not, he's going to finish it for them. And we already know that when he makes threats or does things like this, he kind of sort of means it. I don't know. I'm just laughing out of craziness, actually. Oh, this is like, okay, what scripture is this, Lord? I'm like in the whole book of Revelation right now. Which scripture is this, right? But it's like, okay, so if this happens, right, and Iran can't send those nuclears, all right, that they want to Israel, and or if they can, this still leads up to Zechariah 12, y'all, where God is going to have to step in, because no man can control God, no man can control Israel, and Daddy's not going to go for this, all right? So I'm just saying that, could we be out of here like within the next 48 hours, even? I'm not putting a date or a time on it. I'm just saying it could possibly be, because I think it's going to hit the fan, so to speak, one way or another. If not, people are going to be rioting. People are going to be so mad that their people didn't win or whatever, and who they think is the best and all this stuff, right? There's already so much chaos that has been out there about all this in the first place, but whoever wins, well, there's going to be a lot of craziness going on, so we need to be prepared. I've never talked more about being more prepared as far as having certain essentials on hand and making sure that my flashlights and, for myself, I'm here alone. My flashlights are all charged up, my battery banks, etc., because you never know when the power's going to go out either, right? And then lack of communication. Will we be able to have communication? Well, we don't worry about those things because then we jump into tomorrow and we're not even there yet. We're into today. So we're armor up, dress accordingly. We know that we're in a season, a tornado season in November. Okay, this is not normal. All right, but what is, right? I'm sorry, I'm not laughing out of it. It's funny either. But we got the new moon. I do believe that was last night. Now, whether or not it was spotted, I didn't get a direct answer yet, but I know I saw it, even though it was starting to rain. There was still a break in the clouds, and my app told me that there was a new moon up there. Now, Israel has to announce it with a witness, and therefore, we also know that we've got the beaver moon coming up on the 15th, right? Pull the dam. But in either case, we all know that it's time. I'm very disheartened to hear that many watchmen are just like, I don't know, First Corinthians, First Thessalonians, uh, they all tell me that we are to be encouraged by these words. Jesus is coming. People say, yeah, Paul said that too 2,000 years ago. Well, he did lie because it's true. He just doesn't know when. And that's all. And neither do we. But we know that we are in the season for sure. So whatever's happening all over the world, I just know that what is happening here. And I know what's happening with my neck. And I know, what I have to deal with right now is an overload a lot. But God, He is so merciful and He's so He's so full of grace and mercy. I pray that everybody's leaning on Him, surrounded by His love and His comfort and His peace in Psalms 91. These storms are not, these are just not normal. They're coming out of nowhere, and they've been going on for the past 24 hours. How odd that was for me to get off the live and to see this happening, because there was no prediction about it or warning. I do believe that, God warns us, and that many aren't warned about the storm that's coming. They're just not ready for it anyways, and they're not watching for a storm that's about to happen, and that God is going to bring His children home very, very soon. As we keep looking up, I'm saying that this is Debbie from Texas saying peace out. Maranatha. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and Jesus is coming.